What's up, hello YouTube, this is Shinya Kadono, professional soccer player in California. Today's video, another weekly Q&A. This week, I will be answering questions about how I got into college. So, a little bit about myself. I played for UC Berkeley, also known as Cal, Division I program here in the US. I played there for 4 seasons. I graduated there in 3.5 years, then became pro, but I'd like to talk about how I got into college, how I got into contact with the coaching staff there, and then, how I went from the youth level into college. I get a lot of questions, how the process was, and where do I start? And I think a lot of my viewers are usually in the teens. They're looking into playing for college here in the US, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to share my story. So yeah, enough said, let's get it.
Wheel opening here, and they have scored! Shinya Kadono!
Shinya Kadono!
Okay, I will be using the whiteboard like last time. I'll be breaking down my whole recruiting process into multiple steps. A little disclaimer, following these steps doesn't mean that you will get recruited into a Division I program. This is just sharing my personal story and how I did it, and of course doesn't apply to like everyone, but thought it would be cool to just share you guys. So okay, before we start, my whole recruiting process started in my junior year of high school. I was going into my junior year playing for this youth club team called Irvine Strikers. The level was something equivalent to the MLS Next. Back then it was called Development Academy, but I was playing for that level, probably the highest in the US for youth level. Step 1, what I did before going to my season. Step 1, I made a resume for myself and a little resume talking about my position that I played, secondary position, my GPA, and then the test scores. You have to take SATs, ACTs, about your soccer career. So what team you played for before joining your current club, and individual achievements. Yeah, so I'm just gonna write down the stuff I put, achievements. These are the information I put on my resume, and whenever somebody clicked on our team's website, team's page, they were able to view everything. So, unfortunately, I don't have the actual resume or the page anymore because they got rid of the whole website. But, this is what I put. Oh, and then a big thing I forgot, I also put your highlight. So your highlight video, pretty much sharing what kind of player you are. So, doesn't have to be too long, keep it somewhere around 5 to 7 minutes, but just highlighting your strengths as a player, which positions you play and stuff. So a nice little highlight video, and this is before going to my season. Step 2, now you have this and you want the coaches to see who you are. So I emailed a lot of college coaches before going into my season, kind of introducing myself. Email, now it's working. Coaches. And you guys are probably wondering, how did I get the contact information of these coaches? And it's pretty simple. I visited the school's website and to their athletics page. So visit the school website, and then from there, go to their athletics. And then from there, go to men's soccer. And then from there, go to the coaching staff. And usually, every school has these pages, and when you hit the coaching staff page, they usually have an email attached to their name, and so I was able to find their email address. So pretty much I sent an email saying, "Hi, Coach blah 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 blah. My name is Shinya Kadono. I play for blah 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 blah. This is who I am." And then I attached the resume saying, "Here, this is my information, and this is my highlight video. Nice to meet you, blah 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 blah." Sent. I think I emailed from 10 to 20 schools in the beginning, just to be in contact with anyone, and that's how I started my whole recruiting process. And then moving on to step 3, so frequently update about yourself. So frequently update about yourself, meaning every weekend I have 1 to 2 games, and luckily I got videos of my games. I made an individual highlight tape for each game. I would always send that to the coaches. I thought that helped because think about it, if you're in coaches' shoes, you get so many emails every day from all over the world. So it's hard to kind of look at like every single one. Let's say like you wake up and you see hundreds of texts. You probably wouldn't read every single one. I assume coaches will look at whatever's the most recent one on their inbox. So I just frequently update it by myself. Even if they didn't reply back to me, I would still update my whole soccer career. So individual highlights, anything, any updates you have with schools, but anything. That's what I did, and I think that helped me get into contact with many coaches, more coaches. So that was step 3. Now you're like halfway through the season, and usually for my level, we get this showcase where a bunch of the teams all over the US, they get into one place and they play 2 to 3 games against each other. So our team had a showcase in Florida, I think. That's where all the coaches will actually come watch you in person. So I let these coaches know where I'll be playing, and I invited the coaches to my showcase. And I think this was really, really big for me because I personally had my best season my junior year. So I was already getting a little bit of recognition from other coaches, and then Cal, Berkeley, started emailing me. So I invited one of the coaching staffs to come watch my showcase game, and he actually came to my 2nd or 3rd, I think, and then I played pretty well. So that's how my recruiting process went to like the next step, which is step number 5. After the showcase, which was around in November or December, started all the games, played pretty well, scored goals. In February, I was invited by my school, Cal, to their campus for an unofficial visit. Unofficial visit. What is unofficial visit? Unofficial visits, pretty much, they tell you, hey, come out to our campus. We'll give you a little tour, show you our facilities, and meet the team. But you gotta pay for everything. So I visited Berkeley, so had to pay for my flight and had to pay for my hotel. And once I went to the school, met the coaching staff, met the head coach, met the team captains, and looked around the whole gym facilities and their locker room and all that. Just had some casual conversations with the coaching staff. I think it's pretty good if you get invited to their unofficial visit. Obviously, they like you. Some players get offers during their unofficial visit. And my friend, who's currently playing professionally also, Jonathan Klinsman, he played at LA Galaxy. Right now he's playing in Italy. He went on his unofficial visit literally like a month before mine, and then he got his offer. I was kind of expecting a same thing, and I went on my unofficial visit, but at the end, the coach was like, okay, well, best of luck with the rest of your season, bye. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't get my offer. Awkward, but yeah. And then I kept playing. I had a game up in San Jose. They actually came to watch in person, and we played against San Jose Earthquakes Academy, and I scored a goal. And then that was like a big game for me, because a week after that, which is number 6, so I was at home and I received a call from the head coach of UC Berkeley men's soccer team, and he pretty much gave me an offer saying, hey, we would love to have you starting 2015 fall, and I thought you'd be a great fit, blah, blah, blah. And then I was really happy at that moment. And then you kind of negotiate, or you kind of talk about, what you want in terms of like money, because, you gotta pay for your tuition and stuff. So at that point, they call me and say, hey, we can give you this much, we'll pay this much of your tuition, and blah, blah, blah. And we kind of had to negotiate there, but I received an offer. At that point, it was March of my junior year. Compared to other players around my age, I think my recruitment process was very short. Once I received an offer, at that point, I already I had my verbal commitment. So I committed verbally to UC Berkeley, and they kind of tell you saying, hey, like, keep this GPA, get this score on SAT or ACT, and then that was pretty much it. That's how I got into UC Berkeley, Division I program here in the US. So my recruiting process started back in August 2013, and then I committed on March of 2014. So yeah, that's how long it took for me to get recruited by UC Berkeley. Obviously, there's like more than just doing these. I had to like perform consistently, earn my spot, do well in games. Luckily, my team was doing well, and I personally had my best season in my youth career, but that's how I got recruited. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's kind of messy. The pen didn't really work well. Take a screenshot if you need to. And I know like a bunch of players who committed later in their youth career. Most of the players on my team committed their senior year. I think just being consistent with reaching out to coaches. Don't be discouraged just because you emailed the coaches once and then they didn't reply. As I said, they probably get hundreds of emails every day, so it's hard for them to look at every single one. Just be consistent, make sure you update them about your situation. Hopefully, they respond to all of them, and then they can start reaching out to you more often. But yeah, just wanted to share about my recruiting process, because I get a bunch of questions how I got into college, just breaking down my experience here, and hopefully this was helpful. And of course, if you have any more questions, down in the comments, and I can look over and then see if I can answer those or not. But anyways, I'll keep posting my trainings, workouts, and things I do off the field. So if you haven't, please do subscribe. If you have any questions or feedback, please comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Bye bye.